Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all, and this time with the best teams to run in Open Ultra League. The Open Ultra League is going on alongside with the Color Cup, and before we talk about the best teams, as usual we'll be talking about the rankings in the Open Ultra League. Well, Primeape entered the scene after that Rage Fist, right? And it took number 3 spot, then Gastrodon XL is number 2. Shadow Feraligatr is still the best Pokemon for the Open Ultra League. And if not in top 3, if not in top 5, definitely in top 10, Giratina Altered is always going to be there. This time in number 6 for the Open Ultra League. Clefable 5 and Zygarde for Zygarde. And technically there are like, I think 17 Pokemon in top 20. 17 because there are 2 Feraligatrs, Shadow and Non-Shadow, 2 Drapions, Shadow and Non-Shadow, 2 Weezings, Galarian Weezings, Shadow and Non-Shadow, and there's Registeel and Steelix 8 and 9, and Cobalion is in top 10, right? My best fighter is going to be Virizion and Primeape for this Open Ultra League, and my favorite are those 2. Previously was Poliwrath. Drapion is 11 and 19, Shadow variant is 19. Me personally, in Drapion, I like Non-Shadow. And for Feraligatr, I like Shadow. In Galarian Weezing, I like Non-Shadow. And Regirock is 14, Florges 15, another fairy, so there are like 2 fairies, Clefable and Florges. Aurorus is also a very good pick, but you know there are going to be a lot of Primeapes and even the ground types, alright, like Gastrodon. And Feraligatr has a very good matchup against it as well, so it is not good against a lot of the common Pokemon, most used Pokemon. Definitely it's going to be good against those Giratinas and Zygardes, but still. And Cresselia and Malamar 17, 18, and Licky is number 20. The only normal type in the top 20 list, and that's the top 20 Pokemon for the Ultra League. Let's move on to the best teams that we can run for the Ultra League. Team number 1 is Malamar, Licky, and Talonflame. Now, I've been talking about this team like since past 2 seasons, right? Because this team, like, it supports each other very, very well. All of them, because you know, Licky is weak against fighting, and we got Flyer, and then a Psywave. There is a Psychic type, right? 2 Pokemon cover Licky there, and obviously, Malamar being weak against those fairies, you got a fire there, Talonflame, right? Malamar is a dark type. And yeah, a lot of those other rollout users as well, other normals as well, or Licky itself. Malamar can handle with that superpower, right? Or else if there is Licky, then only answer without Malamar would be Licky with the rollout and Body Slam only. You cannot throw Shadow Ball to a normal type, right? And yeah, definitely very good against a lot of the neutral scenarios, like even Zygarde, right? Neutral against Malamar, and Licky definitely rollout is resisted, but it can do good with Shadow Ball, spam those, and tank a lot of moves. It can tank a lot of moves there. And yeah, against Primeape, this team is good against Shining Star Primeape as well. And even Feraligatr with their normal typing from Licky, and yeah, obviously Cobalion with their fire there, right? And also the poison types with Psywave and fire there, right? Psywave in Malamar and the fire typing Talonflame, and good against fairies as well. So yeah, all in all, this team is looking pretty good to me, so you can definitely pick this team. So let's move on to another one. It's going to be team number 2, Dragonite, Registeel, and Tentacruel. If you have Shadow Dragonite, definitely run Shadow Dragonite. And yeah, a lot of the people are running Shadow Dragonite with the Skeledirge Feraligatr, are running it with double poison Drapion and Tentacruel. Now I put Registeel and Tentacruel with our dragon there. Dragonite is going to be weak against fairies. You got steel and poison at the back. It's very, very simple to understand. ABB, right? Registeel is going to be weak against ground. You got a flying Dragonite. Registeel is going to be weak against fighting. You got flying Dragonite. You got poison Tentacruel, right? And yeah, very good, very good. This is a very good team. A little bit difficult against the, let's say, other Registeals there, because Registeel can be doing good against Registeel itself and Tentacruel. If you find some Registeel somewhere at the back, it's going to be a little difficult. And backline is weak against things like Gastrodon and Swampert, and it's going to be ABB for those. You got to bait out those. If you don't see them in the lead against your Dragonite, that's how you're going to run this team. And yeah, pretty good team. Cobalion can be a little bit of trouble. Cobalion can be, problem, because Cobalion has the ability to beat all three. Yeah, Cobalion can beat all three, but you can do a lot of here and there's, right? That's how this team is going to run. Let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 3. Feraligatr, Tentacruel, and G-Weezing. ABA Water. Feraligatr being in the lead. Got another water at the back, the Tenta. This team has like a few weaknesses like Gastrodon. Gastrodon can beat the backline, both the poisons, and it has ability to beat Feraligatr. You need to put in shields and spam those Hydro Cannons. That's how you're gonna play with. Now, apart from Gastrodons and things like Swamperts against the back, you don't have that much of a core breakers for this team. Well, there are a few other core breakers, but yeah, not as good as Gastrodon, and you can do quite well with this team. And let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 4, Registeel, Primeape, and Mandibuzz. Now, think about this is ABB against the Fairies. You got Fighter and Dark type at the back. You got Steel up front. That's how it's gonna go. ABB, right? And Registeel can be weak against those grounds as well. You got a Flyer at the back. That's how it's gonna go. And Primeape, the Shining Star, is so good, so good. It can do so good, right? And even against the Flyers like Talon, if it gets going, if it gets boosted, you can destroy them, right? And against the Skeledurges as well, even against some Drifbleams, right? Well, for Drifbleam, we got 2 good answers there, Registeel and Mandibuzz. And yeah, this is going to be quite good team. And against Annihilapus also, this team does so good. Even against Steelix, against Gastros and Feraligatrs as well, and even against Registeel, you got Registeel itself and Primeape there, and even against things like Drapion, it does good. Against Florges, Regirock, yeah, so top 15 is no problem for this team, even against Zygarde, even against Giratina. So this team is really good. Let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 5, Gastrodon and Giratina and Clefable. Now, this is a really strong team, but one problem is there. Things like Venusaur can beat Gastrodon and Clefable both, so it's going to be ABA against those. But you got Giratina to cover those things. Giratina can't beat those things, right? Grass Poison. And you can also run Giratina in the lead and then do ABB for those, but then it would be like ABA weak to things like Alone Sandslash, because currently it's ABB for those Alone Sandslash. Gastrodon can't beat them, and you got 2 weak against A-Slash in the back. That's how this team is going. But yeah, you can definitely run this team. Even if you find something like Talonflame in the lead against your Gastro, you can stay there. You can run Water Pulse. If not Water Pulse, just stay there and put them low, and then go down, and then communicate with Giratina, and that's how you're gonna run this team. ABA against a lot of things, ABB against a lot of things, right? Even against things like Steelix or Registeel, it's ABB, right? Yeah, this is a really interesting team, and you can run, but watch out for those ABA against Venusaurs, ABB against maybe let's say Registeel, A-Slash, right? That's how you're gonna go. Let's move to another team. It's going to be team number 6, Version, Ampharos, and Drifblim. This is a very old team that I would run, even if even before Drifblim was famous for Astonish. I used Hex, and Ampharos is all-time favorite for Ultra League. It can even beat Giratina. right? And yeah, version, if you find fire, then you can save swap into your Driftblim. If you find Giratina in the lead against your version, you can save swap into your Ampharos. A little bit tricky against those things, but you can handle those, right? And yeah, backline, this is kind of RPS in a lot of the situations, a lot of the scenarios, right? And you got a fire and grass coverage up front, and weak against the rock there. There are going to be Regirocks, right? Against the Driftblim I'm talking about. And yeah, frontline can handle two of the top two Pokemons for the Ultra League. That's Gastrodon and Feraligatr, right? And even Swampert. Swampert can destroy Ampharos. And that's how this team is gonna go. And Steelix is gonna do good against both your backline, and Virizion can do very good against Steelix. That's gonna be the case here. Virizion is gonna be weak against poisons. You got a ghost coverage at the back, and that's how it's gonna go. Definitely a little bit tricky against things like Drapion, but Drapions are running Crunch and Aqua Tail, not Sludge Bomb. If you're running Sludge Bomb, watch out for your Virizion. If they're running Aqua Tail and Crunch, then you can tank a lot of moves, right? And then coming with your you can save swap, or you can just stay and go for the Sacred Swords. That's how it's gonna go. Now, Galarian Weezing with their Fairy typing, Clear Off against Virizion and Brutal Swing against the Driftblim is gonna be a little tricky, but you can work. If here and there, you can tank one move, right? You can always tank a Brutal Swing in your Ghost. It's not that one Brutal Swing is gonna knock you out, but you got a neutral thing there, Ampharos. Instead of Trailblaze, you can run Thunder Punch, right? It's gonna be good with this team. Let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 7, Giratina, Nidoqueen, and Steelix. Now, very strong team, but gotta watch out for those A/slash core breaks. The entire team, it can beat entire team, right? If it's got Shadow Claw, then it's a bad thing for Giratina. Even if it's got Powder Stone, it's even bad. It's bad either ways, right? But I'm talking about yeah, Powder Snow, then it would be bad for both Nidoqueen and Giratina. If it's Shadow Claw, it's gonna be bad for Giratina, but Nidoqueen, you gotta watch out for the second Ice Punch. One, it can tank, and you got their Earth Power and Stone Edge coverage, both for Flyers as well, and for the Steels as well, for the other poisons as well. Their Nidoqueen's got great coverage there. Me personally, I prefer not running Poison Fangs to running Stone Edge and Earth Power. If you miss Talonflames against your Giratina, then Steelix is gonna have trouble. That is why I put Stone Edge, or you can just throw Poison Fangs. Poison Jab. Poison Fangs. That's how we're gonna go. And something like Cobalion can do really good, but not good against Nidoqueen. It can be ABA, right? But yeah, definitely gotta watch out for that A/slash. And plus the other ice, it's gonna be ABA against Walreins as well, right? Nidoqueen and our Giratina both being weak. That's how this team is gonna go. Let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 8, Skeledirge, Guzzlord, and Mandibuzz. I ran this team. Previous season was so good. Now the problem is, if you find Tapu Fini, it's gonna be extremely difficult. But I ran this team like for 5 days, and there were so less Tapu Finis, something like 1 or 2 Tapu Fini per day, right? But definitely hard against Tapu Fini. You can also run Tapu Fini in place of Skeledirge in the league. Yeah, that will be good as well. But yeah, this team can cover a lot of the things, right? A lot of the things in the meta there. Talk about Cobalion. It's gonna be good, except Guzzlord. Gonna be good against Feraligatr. Backline is very good against Feraligatr. Right, backline can beat Gastrodon as well. And Primeape, you got Flyer there, and you got a Ghost there. Skeledirge is gonna do good, unless you shield the boosted Regist. And yeah, Registeel is gonna be ABB against Registeel as well. And yeah, it's gonna be good. G-Weezing is gonna be a little bit of a problem, but you can tank one Brutal Swing, and then it's gonna be ABB for those G-Weezings as well. Gonna be good against Drapion as well, a little bit tricky against Regirock, right? Yeah, a little bit tricky against Regirock. And yeah, you can do good against Clefable as well, ABB against Clefable. And that's how it's gonna go. A little bit tricky against Zygarde, but yeah, you can tank one crunch and just go for the disarming voice in the lead itself, right? And that's how it's gonna go. And yeah, this is gonna be good. Just watch out for the Tapu Fini, right? Tapu Fini breaks the entire team. So let's move on to another one. It's gonna be team number 9, Abomasnow, Golisopod, and Feraligatr. Now, on paper, it's so good team, so good team, right? You got Abomasnow up front, weak against fires. You got Double Water at the back, but you got Grass, and then Bog in the same team, weak against Flyers. If this Pidgeot, then it's gonna be so hard. But you also got ice typing in your Abomasnow, so that makes it kind of even. But the problem is Poison Jab from Tentacruel. Like, Tentacruel has the ability to beat all 3. And then another problem is Registeel. Can beat all 3, but a lot of the teamwork required against things like those. But except that, yeah, you can run Aerialist in your Golisopod as well. Other than those things, it's so good team. You can definitely run this team. This is a very good team. But yeah, the only problem is most common things are its problems, like Registeel and Tentacruel. Other than that, it can handle Feraligatr, it can handle Gastrodons, the top Pokemons. Right, let's move on to another team. Final team, team number 10, Tapu Fini, Giratina, and Annihilate. I put this here because this is one of my favorite. I ran this like since a long time ago after Annihilate's release in the game. Right, you can also put Ice Punch or Night Slash instead of that close combat. You can also run Dragon Breath in your Giratina instead of a Shadow Claws, the fast move. Right, after Nature's Madness, Tapu Fini is also so good, but yeah, sort of got. But yeah, this is gonna be good. Not one thing entirely core breaks this team. That is Tapu Koko. That is Tapu Koko, right? Electric Fairy, right? That is gonna be a little bit of trouble. Other than that, this team is really good. Yeah, very good. Venusaur can be ABB, but you can save swap into your Annihilate anyways, right? Yeah, Annihilate being fighter against poison is going to be a little tricky, but yeah, it's going to be really good. This is a really good team. And that is it, guys. I hope you like this content. If you like the content, please leave a like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Please do join our Discord server. The link is in the description. And if you want your battle videos to be shoutcasted in the channel, please send me your battle videos. The link is in the description, the form link, right? And if you got any confusions regarding the video or the team building ideas, then please comment or just add me in Discord, right? Find me in Discord. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. See you in next video.